All right, welcome in everybody to Big Matt and Diamond Dean bringing you another episode from the Locker Room, show number 229. Hope everybody's having a great day. I know that we are. A very nice Easter day that we are having. We got plenty to talk about. Of course, all the tournament action and Bama making their first Final Four. Tennessee did not make it today. Purdue is what they are, and they are what they is.
Zach Edey.
I read a few articles from 24/7 through Tennessee and a few places that they are not happy with the refs, and it's not just Tennessee. They kind of feel like there may be some SEC bias, which we've noticed. I don't know. It just kind of
he shot a bunch of free throws, but he shoots a bunch.
We have felt the same way in the tournament. So people, you're not alone.
I think he averaged 9 a game coming in. I think he shot 20 today.
Y'all come back and hang out with us, and we're gonna have a good time today. And glad everybody come by and hang out.
Yes, sir. Happy Easter.
One in 1,000 people, 1 in 50,000 can bench 315 pounds. And if you live 405, it says to be you're like 1 in 200,000 people.
Well,
and there's only said to be 900 men that can bench press 495.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
So I know a guy. I know one, two or three people. One we just had on the show last week that can bench press over 495.
Yeah.
So Jason is 1 in 900. There's only 899 of the men besides Mallet that can bench 495 or more.
I had a real life conversation with a man one time where he was pretty much insulting me for only being able to bench press 225 in high school. And I'm like, do you know that not many men ever get 225?
I know. It's just hard. It makes no sense to me that I did 225 12 times.
No, I only did it once.
I mean, I can't compare, and I'm not bragging. It's just surprising to me. It's like, I don't know. It'd be like saying, well, most people can only eat one, tiny small piece of cake. And, I'm like, dude, I could eat like a half a cake. Like, so to say somebody can only do 1 in 1,000 people can do 225. Or I used to do 315 for reps.
Yeah.
I mean, I did 225.
One out of how many?
1 in 1,000 to do 225. What is today?
That's
Sunday, Friday, Thursday or Friday. I did it 10 times.
That's 0.1%.
I did it 10 times Friday.
Oh, no, I can't do it at all.
I mean, right now I can do it 10 times.
Yeah.
So it's just so, I don't know. It's just shocking to me that only if you put 1,000 people, or if you fill Bryant-Denny Stadium,
that
only 2 people.
Yeah.
If you fill Bryant-Denny Stadium, that would be 1 in 200,000 can do 405. So if you fill Bryant-Denny Stadium twice.
Yeah.
Because it holds 100,000 people.
Only one person there is going to be able to bench press 400. One person.
I don't know.
More than, I don't know. You wouldn't think that.
They can bench 315 right now.
And
it's just because of this one.
It's very hard.
Well, I told Marcus that, and he told me that, well, it's because the people that and you've been going and doing that kind of stuff for a long time. So your crowd is different than the average person.
Right.
Because the people I know.
Well, the average people don't bench press, really. I mean,
they don't work out at all.
A lot of them, I guess, and I know this is way off it's kind of going in line with what we're talking about, but I read this about golf one time. Amateur golfers, guys that just go play golf. Like 1/3 of them, only 30% shoot under 100. The other 70 do not. Shoot under 100.
See, that makes sense to me because I'm like 100. That's you're good.
But you'll never talk to anybody that says they shot in 100 much. Everybody you talk to, oh, no, I shoot 90s.
But if you ask somebody that shoots golf a lot, like if you ask Saban, because that's what he's doing a lot of now, and he's emailing and he's texting too now. You see that article? Yeah. It's just kind of weird, and it's just something we were just talking about it before we come back on. I just think it's kind of weird. I bench pressed 225, me and Jermaine and Todd Goslin, a freshman class. I remember us three could bench 225.
Nah, I only got it once.
We were going to be 10th graders that summer, like 9th grade.
I meant once, one time. But I got out of that club. I mean, I'm in that 1,000. And I had a spot too. So I probably didn't get it. So I don't guess I am in it.
It just seems odd to me.
That just shows you that it's difficult, though.
It don't seem difficult.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It don't seem difficult to shoot under 100, but you look and 70% of golfers don't.
I'm old. I mean, I'm older. I'm 40. I'm closer to 50 than 40. And I did it 10 times the other day.
Right.
Okay, maybe I am a rare breed. Old Generation X, what we are, Dean. We are rare. We drink out of water hoses and rode our bicycles.
I did. I know I did too. 15 without a spot.
Let's see. UFL kicks off as of yesterday, so great things have happened this weekend. First of all, Jesus rose from the dead. I think that's pretty important.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
We're rising. That gives us the whole reason for what we do here and all in the whole entire world. And two, we have football this weekend. The Stallions 27-14 over the Renegades, and the Showboats and Roughnecks are going to play later today. The Brahmas take care of business over the Defenders, and McCarran's Battlehawks lose on a last-second field goal by a kid that ain't kicked one since high school, and he kicked about a 60-yarder to win 18-16. That was yesterday. Now, both 1-0 teams, the Stallions and the Panthers, will kick off next Sunday on the 7th at 11 on ESPN. Ding. That will be the first two undefeated teams, the Stallions and the Panthers. So
Stallions pretty good.
Next week, that will be on ESPN. Then Saturday games will be on at 11 and 7. ABC and ESPN are carrying your UFL. I mean, what's better than Jesus and football? And I had dressing today from the Smorgasbord. Shout out to Brad and Brasha and the bunch.
Good place to eat.
Had the macaroni, had the candied yams. Wow. It's good stuff, man. Very high quality.
Very good place to eat. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Go by and make sure you go by and see them. So we got football out of the way here. And while we're on football, the number 2 running back of the nation, Dean, he's headed to Ole Miss, Aklin, Aklin Deer. He is a specimen. I reported on him back before he committed when we was going through like the top teams, top players from. I probably did it before Christmas. He's decided to go to Ole Miss. Right now, your top 10 that has 2 players, like in the top 10, like Georgia, Bama, Florida, Ohio State, those 4 teams, Georgia, Bama, Florida, Gators now, Ohio State, those 4 teams are controlling your top 10 players in the nation right now.
Right. That's all usual.
Yeah. Well, Florida being on the board, that's pretty big. That's pretty big for Coach Napier. And we're going to start getting into scheduling to see where the Gators are going to be at. Auburn and Nebraska also have 5-star players that are right outside the top 10 there. The portal opens.
Nebraska?
Big news. Yep. The portal opens April the 16th. So if you're interested in college transfers, and we got some news on the Brassford kid from Washington that Coach DeBoer brought over, come from the 51-42 NC State.
That's what I was trying to look up here.
It's still going on if y'all are watching. And thank y'all for coming by. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow us on we're on Facebook. And 58-46, North Carolina State's putting it on.
Up 12.
Jeff Anderson said Cinderella arrived.
Yeah. Can they keep going? They can beat Purdue, I think.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
They say they can't beat Uconn, but they can beat Purdue.
Jeremy Scott says Alabama's not just a football school anymore.
They made the Final Four. That was big for them. They were one of the few schools in the SEC that hasn't. But
the portal opens the 16th, so we'll see. As reported that I had heard, not a fact, just a rumor. Some people get confused. Some people have low IQs on how to read things. That I had to talk to a guy online a while ago, Dalton, whoever he was. He's a genius. He's about 27 or 8, maybe.
What was he
Been
saying?
watching football longer than he's been alive. Well, I'm a liar. I lied and I report false news. I said per report.
Yeah.
That Brosford is leaving Alabama and transferring. He did not show up to practice Thursday. Now, the facts are he didn't show up to practice Thursday. Well, T. Watt didn't say it on the Bama podcast, Matt. You're an idiot. Why are you reporting just trying to pump up clicks?
No, that's not the biggest news in the world.
Well, it's just per report, buddy. So common sense people read that as per report as, well, where there's smoke, there's fire. No, we don't know for a fact yet. And you won't actually really know, idiot, until the 16th when he actually transfers. So, yes, T. Watt and all those guys their finger is on the pulse of Alabama. He played there.
Right.
And they have a podcast they do and cover the team, and that's great.
And that's who put it out there?
No, this is something I heard from the Bama YouTube guys that do the same thing.
Right,
They're at practice. They talk to the players. They interview the players.
Well, no, I saw something about it. So I think
it's just kind of what people think.
He probably is.
So let's knock this out of the way, too. Braves and Phillies, 12-4 and 9-3, taking care of business. Baseball has also started. Some people say that's better than apple pie. It's right next to it than the American values of where we are.
Somebody said the Braves were going to go 162-0.
Oh.
You know what's bad about that, though? If they did, they'd still have to win their playoff games.
I don't even gonna get fired up about the Braves yet. Give me July.
Yeah.
I'll get more fired up about it. But they're starting out good, and they do have a good squad this year.
They do.
We hope they win it again.
I think the thing with that is you get in a series and it's a 1-game deal or 3 games, best of 3. It's just you can get beat very easily.
Pitching is important, kind of like basketball too. I want to talk about basketball injuries and players getting hurt and that kind of stuff. So good luck to our Braves, and I'll bring you scores every week. I ain't gonna break down into it. As we get more into it, I may give who hit the ball the best, or so-and-so has, 2 doubles for the day, or pitcher comes in and wins the game. I may give some that kind of stuff, but we probably won't break it down because there's a lot of podcasts out there that really do break it down. Penix to the Steelers. That's the word around the land. I'm seeing per report. That's what we're seeing from reports from NFL and combine people. That
with Wilson and Fields there.
Yeah, I guess he'll come in and learn a year or two. And
it seemed odd.
It does. Odell Beckham, did you see that him going to the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Trade there. Huh. Does he still have something to offer?
He's getting close to not. He did well last year for the Ravens, but he's getting close to not. He's been around a while. Been around a while.
Kind of worried about those guys.
He's taking some hits.
That want to just hang on.
Yeah, I don't think he has nothing left to prove.
No.
Got a great career. Thanks, Odell, for starting a fad that's not been lived down very easily. He might have more influence over kids playing football than anybody in the history of football with his one-handed
throw it up, coach.
Snag.
Guys, hit the thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube, and over on Facebook, hit the like button. It helps promote the show. It helps put us out there in front of more people and a bigger audience. So for us to grow even more, that Brosfeld news transfer maybe from Alabama, over 70,000 people run across this article.
Yeah.
70,000 people. So keep hitting the like button. It's not hard. Just if you're watching on YouTube, just hit the thumbs up. It just helps promote the channel. And if we can get to 500 next month, things will really start coming along. It'll give us a like button on the column down there where it's a super thanks and our super chats.
Uh-huh.
You can hit this button and you can give money right there on YouTube. You can give 99 cents or you can give $99. Those are the limit. That's what you could do. And that's what we're trying to get. We can start trying to generate money and do stuff like that. And so we can have sponsors, and we're always going to have sponsors and stuff like that. And speaking of which sponsors, Dean, tell them about these people over here in town.
Cherokee Eye Clinic. That's JR and April McKissick, 4030. That's who I go to. That's who Matt goes to. It's right on Main Street.
Yeah, go by and see Jaron Upper McKenzie Cherokee Eye Clinic and Warrior Gym up here in town. John's always got some new stuff coming in. Real clean place, real low key, kind of quiet. It's not super crazy busy at a lot of times of the day. Got plenty of treadmills, got plenty of free weights and dumbbells. And like I said, what this conversation was talking about, only 1 in 1,000 people can do 225. And I just did it 10 times the other day, and I'm old. So go by Warrior Gym, 266-4333. Also, we're talking about muscle men working out. We had Jason on the other night. Thank all you guys for coming by. Gosh, it was nearly close to 1,000 the other day. People who watched the show.
Bench press? 450, 500.
Yeah, he could do he's probably 550.
Oh my gosh.
545. He could do that pretty easy, I'm sure. He could do 410 he did 405 like many times.
Wow. I've always been
there's only 900 men in America that can do in the country, world that can do 495.
Wow. Not many 500-pound bench pressers.
You can say one of 900. But he's supposed to be having an event coming to go to Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd like to try to raise him some money, get a hold of Austin, and anything you wanted to give or, anything. I don't know, $20, help him get gas to get down there and back, or, $20 for to help put on a room, go there and spend the night. And the people there at Bend the Bar, they're going to help out. They're great people. And they've given him to be able to work out there, not cost him nothing. And so I just want him to know, too, there's a lot of people supporting him, more than he may know.
He's been pretty good at that.
Forever, as long as I've almost as long as I've known him, just about. So y'all go out there and support Jason Mallett Powerlifting. Go find his page over there on Facebook and like it, and I'm sure he would appreciate it. Now,
400 pounds, 500.
I've picked up 405 and brought it down, and I could nearly get it off of me about halfway up or so, and I just couldn't, lock it out.
Right.
When you pick it up and start down with it, let me tell you right now, a lot of that.
That's a 1/5 of a ton.
A lot of that is mental, though.
Yeah.
When you get to thinking about looking at the plates, and there's 4 plates on each side, and you go to do it, it's heavy. When you pick it up and you're holding it, and you're starting, you got to come down. You don't want to just drop it on your chest, and you're trying to control
don't want to do the bouncing, do you?
No, I'm trying to. And then that's heavy.
You don't want to do that in the gym by yourself.
No.
Okay.
I'll do
get killed. You could.
I did 275 like 3 or 4 times one day. And I'm like, okay. And I think I could have done 5, but I quit because I didn't want to get in the middle of it and sit on your chest, have to dump the weights in the floor, get up, get the weights up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of weights. Filling weights is hard.
Yeah.
I'm talking about even just putting them up.
Yes.
It is.
That's what helped me get stronger back in the day, just loading plates for Mallet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when we did leg press, you just keep putting them on there and do like 1,000 pounds on there.
And most people that have a weight room are pretty picky about where you put them. You better put them back in the right spot.
Well, yeah, and you got to turn the plate in. You don't turn
turn it out.
Now, see, it's all kind of stuff. Dean, there's been a lot of good basketball.
Oh, man.
North Carolina State, have they finally finished? I can't believe they're going to beat Duke. Didn't you say they already beat them once this year?
They beat them about 2.5 weeks ago. Let's see what we're at right now.
Man, that's going to put the bracket. That's going to be – let me look over here.
Up 11 with 2 minutes. And NC State's up 11. This would be their 9th straight win. Heck, Matt, they're 25-14. They lost 14 games.
Yeah, we got to remember, man.
They were 16-14 going into the ACC tournament and ready to fire their coach.
Let's rehash here a little bit. Uconn, Dean, 77-52 blows out Illinois. There's not much to talk about there. Duke, NC State's playing now. Purdue and Tennessee, feelings or thoughts about that game?
I just thought they had a hard time with Edey.
Most people do.
Yeah, and I thought Connect shot too much. I think Connect's great, Dalton Connect.
Yeah.
But the other players just didn't get involved. He had 37 of their 66. They didn't get other players involved.
Do you think they did not get involved because of the defense?
I don't know.
Was it that or?
It looked like there towards the end, he didn't even look like he was really looking to pass.
37.
How many times? He shot 32 times. So.
Yeah, he was 14 for 31.
Or 31.
Played 37 minutes. Ziegler, 9.
See, I don't think he shoots
Nashville,
enough.
2. The Aldon kid he didn't have any.
Oh, see, he averaged 12 points a game. I just think they got too dependent on Connect there towards the
37
end.
And Ziegler had almost 10.
Well, what was their shit? Okay, what did not Cedar Bluff. What did
Cedar Bluff Tigers basketball here?
Tennessee shoot as a team? So he was 14 for 31. What was the
24 for 62?
So the others were only 10 for 31.
He shot 39%.
So he shot a little better than the rest of them combined, but I don't know. They just
42% from three.
I'm sitting there watching a game going, I bet these guys don't like playing with him.
42.3% for that, or win you a game. Purdue only 20% from threes.
Oh, they missed a lot. What they hit?
And Purdue was 24 for 53.
What were they from three?
3 for 15.
Oh my gosh.
Well, their other guy,
they didn't shoot a ton of them, though, did they?
Crap. The lawyer kid, Loyer.
Yeah.
He's from Indiana. Played up there at Fort Wayne High School. 6'4", 180 guy, sophomore. So you got to have these guys pitching in, and that's what they did.
Well, and they're in the Final Four for the first time. I thought they went in 94, but I found out they did not. First time in 44 years they've stepped into a Final Four.
87-4.
I thought he's 7'2".
I did too. They got him at 7'4", 300. He's from Canada.
He scored 40 today, right?
40, yes, sir.
And had about 17 rebounds.
16, yes.
How many blocks?
Don't say. Just gives rebounds.
They look very good, but they
16 rebounds.
Still don't look as good as Uconn, do they?
Oh boy, I don't know what's.
I don't know the deal with Uconn.
Breaking down Uconn is kind of nearly like doing stupid. I shouldn't say stupid, but like doing Alabama football over the years. Like, well, okay, Alabama won today. All right, next game.
Yeah, no.
It does.
And, obviously I'm for Bama over Uconn, but
yeah, sure.
I just don't see it. And I know Bama fans will, and they've been right. They picked them. I thought they were crazy for picking Bama over North Carolina. Some of them did on the Martin Houston show.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
And I was not shocked that they beat Clemson. I thought Clemson was good, though.
I think Clemson played them a good game. It was field goal percentage 47 to Bama's 46. 3 points, 8 for 26, 16 for 36 for Bama.
16 for 36.
44% on 3 points.
Wow. There's your difference.
Yeah. Rebounds, 44 rebounds for Bama. That's what we noticed in the game.
They did rebound well.
20 assists for Bama over 15 for Clemson. Points in the paint, Bama 26, Clemson 42.
They had a hard time adjusting to Bama. Bama just shot the lights out. What do you do? Somebody's like, well, they need to get out of that zone. I was telling Matt, well, they were probably wore out. They needed to be in a zone. Alabama just beat them to the basket if they played man. Yeah,
let's go from the first of the game. I was very bothered. Missed shots.
Oh, man, a ton. Well, I missed threes.
Both teams were not just smoking it. We were complaining like it was like in the 20s, 7, 8 minutes till halftime.
Oh, it was, 26-15 with 8.5 minutes left before the half. And they filled it up in the second half, both teams.
Bama was down how many there at one time?
13. 13, and I thought they were done. And next thing I know, it's tied or they're ahead. And they never trailed much again. Well, we got a bot on there. Sorry about that. Oh, Lord.
That's all right. If you got bots on your page, that means you're doing good. You're doing something well. Usually they don't get on pages that ain't got nobody watching. Again, guys, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Dean, where all platforms can they find us? If you want to find the locker room,
Twitter. Well, you got to count them all.
Everywhere. iHeartRadio,
Facebook, of course.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Just anywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to hear sports and not just media jargon or politics, hang out here with us, because after not next week, but the next, it's football time.
Yeah.
UFL's playing, and we're going to have UFL football, and we're going to talk about that a little. And but high school schedules are changing, and we're going to get into college get brackets.
Which everybody likes March Madness.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And right now, speaking of the bracket,
I think
Sears, whatever.
Sears is lighting it up.
the guy that whoever you are, if you're watching,
It will not update this score. Oh, yeah, they've won. NC State will be going to the Final Four. So you got your 4 teams. You'll have NC State and Purdue playing, and Uconn and Alabama.
Wow.
2 teams with more than 10 losses in it.
So back to the Bama Clemson game. By halftime, what was you thinking like at halftime?
I thought they would be okay. But, I mean, the Clemson was good.
No,
Who was the guy that got on our nerves so bad? Got on your nerves so bad?
Number 4.
Shiflin.
Man,
Ian
golly,
Shiflin.
dude.
Which guess where he played? Grayson, Georgia. That's not a
Super
shock.
athletic school. Super athletic school.
Yes. But he wasn't he's gotten a lot better. I saw his high school stats. They were 12 points and 7 rebounds. That guy's dominant, Matt. And he's playing in the Elite 8, and he's dominant.
Guys, the refs are just – I'm just kind of – and I know it's going to be – the Auburn game was the same way. I gripe about it too. When kids are dropping the Grand Canyon game, they're dropping their shoulder, and they are charging into SEC players. And the SEC players are trying to play tough and not just flop on the floor like most all-player NBA does it too.
Mm-hmm.
Or when they shoot a 3, they try to fall into a guy so they can get a foul because they know they're not going to make it. These kids try to play tough, but if you get a shoulder into your gut and you knock back off the ball and then they make a layup, they're playing football.
Right.
So I know Coach Oates is watching the show, and I'm sure most of the players watch. They subscribe to the channel.
I wonder if he gave him the day off. Yeah, well, he's got.
Well,
5
they're
more
watching the
days.
show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come
all
on.
together.
Right now, guys. We're proud of you. What a run you've made it on. It's going to be a super uphill battle. But when they start to drop their shoulders and go in your guts, fall down.
Yeah.
Because you're getting beat at the rim because of that. Because the refs are not going to call it. Y'all have got to see they don't want an SEC team in this. They've tried every way they could. Tennessee was just not enough for Purdue. Bama and Clemson were so close. God, they knew they just couldn't give it to Clemson because it was too close.
Yeah, it was a great game. It was a great game.
So,
I thought it was.
By 5 minutes left in the Bama Clemson, I felt like I felt better about it. Sears went on that run there, and I had just said if he hits about 4 threes here, it's over.
Well, he at least 4,
and he hit 4 after that.
Well, I tell you what ended it. That spirit, Clemson got their spirit broke because they come down, they hit a 3. Alabama goes down, hits a 3. They're like, all right. They come down, they hit another 3. Bama comes down and hits another 3, and finally you're just like, God, seriously?
Clemson couldn't match them. Just keep
no, I mean, like this is ridiculous. We're shooting the lights out, and all we're doing is matching them.
Yeah.
I thought Clemson played fantastic. I thought that was a good game.
What's up, Aaron? You ready for football, son? We got to get him on here and talk Spellhead football really soon. I mean, this month.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
What kills me about Alabama, though, it's just a team you never would have thought was going.
Well, they don't have – who's their bench? I mean, we've seen guys come off the –
Stevenson lit them up last night off the bench.
They're playing good team ball right now, guys. There's no way you would think if you know at least a little bitty thing. Now, tell by some, I don't know anything about basketball. I don't know anything about anything if you listen to some people on Facebook or whatever. But to pick Bama to beat UConn, they're so depth. Their depth is better.
Oh,
yes.
my gosh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's probably a lot better than Clemson's.
Yes.
And North Carolina.
We just don't have these.
What about them beating North Carolina?
3 or 4 star guys coming off the bench. So, the North Carolina game, that's the one I don't know. How did you see that game? We didn't pick them now.
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought North Carolina did some things to hurt themselves late in that game.
Yeah, they kind of give it away.
And Alabama took advantage.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
It is what you're supposed to do. I mean, they had 50 seconds and 20 on the shot clock. North Carolina did, and the guy crunk a 3.
I think that's what cost them the game.
Then I found out the next day that from a fan of theirs, he's like, he don't even shoot 3s. I don't know what he was doing. And you said you saw the coach.
Oh, man. Because little dude brings it down, passes it to him, top of the key.
He just crunk it. And I think that was the difference in the game.
The announcers said, "What is he doing?" All they had to do was just run some more clock.
It was at least 18, wasn't it? Maybe 20.
What is he doing? So they call timeout.
Yeah.
Because they get the ball back, go down, Bama scored.
Yes. And then
he calls timeout. The coach grabs him first thing, and I can read his lips. What are you doing? He's like, he pointed over to the side. He probably said, "What are you doing?" He kind of turned around and he probably said, so-and-so, John Doe's over here in the corner. We're working this ball.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just come down here. You're not North Sand Mountain. You can't do that. Pass, wham, just shoot it.
O said, we're just going to leave some of them open and make them beat us. And they didn't. And he may have been one of them. I don't know. His man might have got lost on that one. But
37% for 3 points in that game. And Carolina, Bama shot 42, but Carolina shot 37%. That's good.
Carolina didn't shoot good in the second half.
Yeah.
They played bad in the second half. Their best player was 4 for 20. That didn't help them. And Nelson just went off.
Total turnovers close. Points in the paint were close. Fouls were both 18. Largest lead was Carolina by 10. Bama only was led by 5. Field goals, 30 for 78 for Carolina and 32 for 67 for Bama. I mean, if you look at stuff, you feel like it don't feel like Bama kind of won, does it?
No. I think let me tell you what's going on with Bama right now. They've got about 6 or 7 guys that's playing
above their head.
Yes, and you win it when you got that. I mean, I know Nate Oates is going to get the credit for it, and he should some. But you got to give the players some credit on this. Estrada, he's not as good as he's good, but he's dominant right now. Grant Nelson's dominant.
He won the Carolina game to me.
Griffin, my gosh, he's lighting it up.
So he didn't play good Carolina game, but he did last night.
He did last night.
When you have guys that are
Stevenson,
that are just team players that's going to come in and do their part and do their job, and nobody seems greedy on that team. Nobody seems like they're out to make this point over somebody else or
right.
It's me.
No.
And I think there was some of that last year. I think that's the difference of this team. I think there's less me this year, and they're just saying, you know what, we're probably not the best. We don't have all the best players out here. We got like 2 guys come off the bench that are 3-star guys, I guess. Let's just go have fun and see what happens. Does that sound right? I
got to looking them up, and they don't have a lot of 5 of their guys, Matt. 5 of their 7 guys, top 5 of their top 8 played at schools smaller than 900. Guys, that's not a big school. Now, we think it is around here. But you go to Georgia, 900 kids, is that a big school? No. That may even be a 1A.
Not at all. No, not a big school.
And Pringle played a school with 400. He played a school the size of Center or Cherokee County.
Yes.
Now, some of them played at these academies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like IMGs or stuff like that.
2. Sears and Pringle, I think, transferred. But now Griffin played a school with 2,800 in Dallas. So
I need to mention this one too. Now it's kind of old news, but I still want to talk about it. Arizona and Clemson. What? I had Arizona in the Final Four. What happened?
They just shot bad. And Clemson,
they had a good night.
They did. Clemson had a good night last night.
49% on field goals for Clemson. Arizona was 37. 17 for 25 for free throws for Zona, but 11 for 16 percentage, both 68%, close on assist. Arizona smoked them in steals and doubled them up in blocks, but and takeaways were close, but fast break points. Arizona smoked them 22-5 and beat them in points in the paint 40-30
and lost.
Yeah.
Guys, let me tell you something. But look how much better they shot than them from the field, Clemson.
Yeah, 49%. Almost 50%.
I've noticed something in basketball. It don't matter what the stats are. 9 times out of 10, and please don't go, boy, he's really informative.
He got that figured out.
Whoever shoots the best, highest percentage. You have a bad shooting night, more than likely you're not going to win. Alabama shot better than Clemson, did they not?
Yeah.
Yeah, from 3 they did.
Yeah, especially threes. You get hot, man, and we know Sears can do that.
Oh, dude, come back from 13 down. No, I'm kidding.
He was 7 for 14 that night. Stevenson was 5 for 8 on threes. Now, here's another game I got to ask. For our Tennessee fans, is there not some positivity? Is there some glory they can take out of these guys?
Yes, definitely.
They beat Creighton 82-75.
Yes, Tennessee has not been to a ton of Elite Eights, and they went this year. They did better than they did last year, and I think they ought to be very proud. And they had a chance to win.
Creighton
was a good team.
Yeah, and they're close. All the stats here. They shot 44%, and Tennessee shot 41%. They were both had 11 three-pointers. Tennessee made 24. Tennessee shot 24. Creighton shot 23. They both hit 11. So
I know that was an even match.
It very much was.
It really was. Now let me give those stats again. Creighton shot a little better than them, but Tennessee shot better from the line, didn't they?
Yeah, free throws. Yeah, a little bit. They were 15 for 18. Tennessee was 12 for 13 for free throws for.
They just didn't shoot
for Creighton.
Well, see, that theory I had just went straight out the window because Tennessee got outshot and won. Kind of, but they shot a lot more free throws.
Well, you have to know that in things that this is what makes a difference.
They shot a lot more. They hit more field goals.
But in football too, it's timing. There's times in like NBA, and I'm not going to get into a LeBron hate thing. I'm not going to do that. But LeBron would have 30 going into halftime. Okay, and some of these this year, like they tried to beat the Spurs. He's got 27 at half. LeBron's leading this team on his back. Well, they get down the last 5 minutes of the game. He had 2.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So if you have 27 at half and you finish with 33, you're not winning the game for them. You're just jumping out on them quick, and then you shrink when the things get hard.
Yeah.
And yes, we put up a stat the other day I shared the other day that showed that if a player averaged 13 points their whole career and played all 82 games for so many years, they could pass Kareem's record also.
Really?
Yeah. Well, if you play 25 years, and you play all 82 games, well, that would give you 1,000 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not done that.
Yeah,
I don't know how many games he's missed. Technically, it's 82 a year. So
he's played one full season.
Well, 82 times 22, so that's near close to 1,800.
Yeah.
That's close to 1,800.
So it's about timing. In this Tennessee Creighton game, Tennessee hit points when it got time to score. They were the ones hitting the points.
Yes, they were.
But it's like adding water to a bucket. If you're adding water to a bucket and you pick it up and swing it around, and sometimes the water comes out, then when you set it back down, well, some of the water's gone. But I've been adding to the bucket. Yeah, but see, when we pick it up and slung it around, some of it come out. It's about timing. When did you put the water in the bucket before it got swung around? And it didn't lose any this time we swung it around. See what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just time. Football was the same way.
I just think Edey was too much for Tennessee today. I don't think there's a lot of bashing. There shouldn't be a lot of Tennessee bashing.
No, I wouldn't. Some of their fans are looking for some excuses about the refs. Guys, I feel you. So I'm not going to.
Well, they felt like they was calling too much for Edey.
They was. But
he is 7'4".
But don't go down that road, because then what that does, that creates excuse making, and I've seen teams fall into that. And all that does is just it gives you a reason not to win.
Well, and to be honest, and I'm going to lead into this, and I'm not saying I do, but this is the reason everybody hates LSU's women's team, because of their griping.
Yeah, and that's why Caitlin Clark, talking about her, big fans, a lot of people. And when they started tuning in, more and more people started watching. Then people started going back on Twitter and commenting saying, you see her daddy hollering at her, just shut up and play. And everybody at home saying, yeah, she's complained every time down the court.
Yeah.
For series. And the LSU's
girls have created this us against the world. Nobody's against them.
No.
Who's against them?
They need to create this crap in their head that like Michael Jordan did. That store Calipari when he was assistant. Where was they at? The Knicks, or where was Cal at?
Oh, and he didn't even say nothing to him?
Yeah. Walked by the court and he says, I know what you said today. You said I couldn't score the ball. And Cal's like, I didn't even talk to him. And then the coach comes by and says, Cal, I told you not to say nothing. I didn't say nothing to Michael. He just come by here and said you said he couldn't score 50. Cal's like, I didn't. He's like, I know what you said. You think I'm a joke, don't you? No, I didn't say nothing.
That's pretty funny.
But that's the way it is. And
I don't know why LSU's created. We've come against and they have given them a lot of media attention. Angel Reese.
Against the odds now. It's not against the odds anymore.
Every time they do something, it get put in the paper, but that's the reporter's fault.
Well, it's like the football teams that are not very good, and then they come out from nothing, and you're like, "Hey, you didn't never give us a chance." Now you can ride that for a while.
Well, say LSU won it last year. I don't know what they're doing.
You can ride that for a while. Shout out to Kobe at Galesville. My mom taught at Galesville. We're from here. We know the school well and the team and the players, and we played with guys from over there. We know the kids. I've coached some of the kids over.
Right.
They had never got a lot of respect over there.
No.
Have they? No. And he's turned around a little bit. They're feeling good, and they've won a lot of baseball games right now. Then you should say a little more. Because they had never got a whole lot of, Gibson might be picked to win this
But
game.
when they win the state championship, you can't go back to that.
Yeah, next year, like if they won baseball this year and they win it and they win state, 1A baseball, then in like 2026, you can't go, they're not believing in you guys. You got to get in there and get after it.
Yeah, you can't. And that's almost what LSU's doing. It seems to me.
Well, that's coaches do that. Kirby does. This year, he's been on record saying we ain't nothing. But here's the thing, though, to his credit, and this is credit to high school too. The players that are there now didn't win anything. Once you have a class, go out, right? But so Tennessee fans, don't be upset. You had a good run. Bama's not. Let's talk about Alabama, Uconn before I get, because I'm just.
All right.
I don't. What's the chances?
But Caitlin Clark tomorrow night they play LSU, I think, or Tuesday. And Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry, everybody else. South Carolina, Notre Dame, Connecticut. Caitlin Clark has getting sole recognition for turning women's basketball into more. Well,
she has. I mean, it just is what it is.
It is.
South Carolina women's 70-58 of Oregon State.
They hadn't lost before.
NC State girls taking down number 1 Texas.
They lost one game in 2 years.
Huge game right there. LSU beat UCLA, and Iowa moved on.
That was a good game.
USC, the girl we see the commercial, they beat Baylor, and the Uconn girls 53-45 over Duke. That was Saturday. And I just told you today's games. Monday, LSU and Caitlin Clark will be playing. That's tomorrow night.
What time?
I
have to check that out because they had a battle last year and battle of words, but
it's good.
What kills me is they don't have a problem with it. Everybody else does.
Yeah.
But like the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they have no disrespect for each other.
Iowa and LSU are ready to meet again in a rematch of 2023 National Championship game. LSU.
Wouldn't you agree that they don't disrespect each other off the?
Look at that pick.
50-50.
Look, guys, if I can put it up on the.
LSU's got a good team.
If you can see that without the glare, it's 50-50.
I don't know. That's to go to the Final Four in women's. I don't know who.
They play at 6:00 tomorrow night on ESPN, and UConn plays USC after. They'll play after that game, and then.
I kind of like to see South Carolina win it, man. I'd like to see a team go undefeated.
The 5th, Friday, North Carolina State plays South Carolina.
That's Final Four.
Then the other two will be decided to have to do with these other games. The winner of Iowa and LSU and USC and UConn will run into the winners of North Carolina State and South Carolina.
All right, Bama and UConn. You want to talk about that? Do they have a chance?
Is there a shot?
I think they got a chance to play them good, but in the end, I think they're too strong.
71% says UConn to Bama, 28%.
Oh, you getting rid of it?
Yeah, it's burning my ears.
Well, you can't tell with this weather. It's hot one minute and cold the next.
I think we're done with the cold weather. It ain't going to be no more cold no more.
Really? I thought it was Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, not freezing.
Not freezing.
We'll have some 50s or 40s.
Nobody's giving them a chance.
Sears 21 average points a game, and then Newton averaging 15 points a game.
Yeah, but he didn't even score yesterday, and they beat Illinois. But he scored 7, and they beat Illinois by 25.
Bama has been scoring the last 4 games, 89, 89, 72, and 109. And last games for Uconn is they have scored 77, 82, 75, 91, 73. Boy, that sounds a lot alike.
But here's what I don't like about UConn. Nobody's even playing them close.
Yeah, they won by 25. They won by almost 30. They won by 25. They won by almost 40. And then they won by 20-something again. So, and Bama's winning by 5 here and 10 there and 10 here. And they lost to the Gators 102-88.
Right.
If they have one of those nights like they played Florida, it's dirt.
Somebody told me, and this is not an expert, but it's somebody that knows their basketball. They said Alabama cannot be off in the first half. They'll be done.
No.
And I'm like,
cannot be.
They can be off in the second half a little bit, but they cannot in the first.
No.
They have to. I don't know. Connecticut just dismantles people. But, I remember back when I was 17, 18 years old, UNLV, nobody's going to beat them. Nobody's going to beat them. Duke beats them in the Final Four.
Grant Nelson, 5 rebounds a game. Klingon, when I put the picture there, big, huge, giant guy, 7.5 per game.
Well, let's say Alabama wins. Who they going to play? I think NC State's going to the championship.
Well, it sure is looking good. Jeff Anderson, I wish he was on because I'd have to tell you that you have definitely picked it. He called Cinderella. When they beat that, who'd they beat?
Coach Knapp did too. I got to give him credit. Who did they beat in the first round? They upset somebody in the first round.
I'll tell you right here in about 3 seconds.
It was a 6 seed.
2, 3. Okay, they played NC State, beat Oakland. All right, and then they went on and played, and they beat Marquette.
Yeah, that was it. Marquette. But who'd they beat in the very first round?
That was it.
Oh, okay. They beat North Carolina in the ACC tournament, Duke in the ACC tournament. They beat Duke twice. They beat North Carolina. I don't know if they beat Clemson. They may have. They've got a good resume.
Once they beat Marquette 67-58. When that happened, that's when Jeff said, this is the Cinderella team. UConn, Illinois, NC State 76-64.
Over Duke. DJ Burns, man, he's the big man downstairs. And out in the pit, he's tough. So him and Edie's going to match up.
Is that the big kid looks like Caden?
Yes. Yeah, he's good. He's scoring 20 points a game for him in this tournament.
Purdy ain't going to be able to push him around.
Yeah, it's just going to be
He looks like an offensive guard. Am I right?
Well, my Uncle Bobby, he said, well, I'm going to tell you what, Kentucky's going to get beat when they play North Carolina State because they got a big animal down low that just buries people in the paint and scores.
He's heavy.
Yes.
Before the NBA is going to talk to him because you see how they drill Zion about his weight.
Is he getting to play?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, he stayed hurt a lot.
Yeah, no, he's smoking it this year.
Okay. They said he missed 114 games.
They're the dark horse.
Pelicans.
Yeah, they're the dark horse they're going to play they're going to get in this West championship.
Really?
Yeah. They're only a few games back now.
I think the Nuggets will win it again. I'd like to see Boston win it.
That's who I'm pulling for.
Boston showed some signs of normalcy in the last couple of weeks.
Shoulder there, right there. Oh, Celtics. UConn, Alabama. So you say there's a chance.
I think people are going to – I know Bama fans. If I don't know anything in this world, I do know Bama fans.
What are you picking them for, Todd? You know they got a chance to win it. It's ridiculous.
I know they're going to pick them. I'm going to hear it all week. I'm going to have to. No, actually, I'm going to be gone, so I won't have to hear it.
UConn upsets. Alabama upsets UConn.
You got to be a realist, though. How can they stay that hot? You know, Danny Hurley is working on a way to stop this 3 crap. We're going to let Nick Pringle beat us. We're not giving them 3s.
I just don't see the caliber of players that prescribe to the University of UConn of their high degrees of athletics. Not so much football, but I don't see the matchup being. It's about like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Am I right?
Well, what they do to everybody. I mean, guys, I mean, they're just dismantling folk.
They're average giving up about 55 a game.
You got 55 points a game. You got to be a realist. Alabama's going to come in there and just blow all that out of the water. Well, you ain't seen Bama yet.
Well, you ain't played the number one offense, Dean.
We won it last year. Okay. Alabama averages 91. They give up 55. Okay, let's say Alabama splits that down the middle. That's 73.
That ain't enough to be.
Can you hold UConn to 73?
No.
Too? Okay.
They've got to hold them under 90. I'm going to say it right now. Let me make this little click here. I'm going to make a short for YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Bama has to hold UConn under 90 to have a chance to win this game.
Under 90. They should be able to do that. What do they have to do? All they got to do is hold Alabama under 80, right?
Yeah. So it tells me that the score, just by what we've laid out right there, it seems like the score would be UConn 92, Bama 82.
That sounds about right.
92. I texted somebody a score. I put it on my page.
That sounds good.
I had 92, 85 UConn.
Sounds like
they're going to score about what they've been scoring. Maybe not as much, but UConn, yeah, they got to hold them under 90 because UConn, do you think UConn's only going to score 80? Well, that offense against the Bama's defense ain't. Now they've been playing
playing better. But they did give up 80-something in the last two games. They just had to outscore them.
Yeah, you think Clemson's offense is better than UConn's? No. Come on.
See, Alabama's got a bunch of scores. They can score the ball, which is going to hurt you on defense.
Is UConn's offense better than Carolina? Yep.
Probably.
Okay.
I know it's better than Clemson.
Yep. Okay.
And their defense is better than both of them.
Yep. So just mathematically, and I mean, this right here proves we're not homers. This proves it. We're just being honest. And people that are Alabama, if that's bullshit, man, you got to pick Alabama. I'm just telling you, statistically speaking, it's just not good odds. Now, here's where I need to lay this out because I had to explain this to some people. Of course, there's a chance.
Yes, there's a chance.
There's a chance that Edey breaks his leg and don't play the second half and Bama comes. I mean, what if that happened? That would be terrible. I wouldn't want Bama to win that way. I want him to win with him on the floor. I want to see him cry.
Yeah.
I want to see him run home to his mom. You know, some whack, cry burger, cry, you little baby. That's what I want. I want to make fun of him.
Yeah.
That's what I don't want to beat somebody with a player hurt.
I will say this. If Alabama beats
UConn,
Connecticut, I will pick them to win the national championship.
Yep.
But guys, to think that they're just going to lay an egg all of a sudden, Creighton did beat them by 20, though. Creighton did beat them by 20. And I think they've got a player out.
Coach went from looking for a new job to lifetime job security.
Watch him quit now. I'm retiring.
You all right, Big O?
He might. I mean,
if he wins it again,
he's always going to be the guy right now. He may get fired again at some point. If he quits right now after this year, he's always going to be, and he probably loves it, but he's always going to be that coach who was fixing to get fired and took him to the Final Four, which is a great story, by the way. Obviously, him being let go motivated him.
That seems like the case.
They obviously liked the guy.
So what's our percentage? What are we giving Alabama for a chance to beat? The computer says 75-25.
I'll go with 70-30.
70-30? Okay.
What's the spread right now? Probably 8.5.
Didn't even.
I wonder.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. 11.5.
I figure that'll go down.
Alabama
can light it up now.
North Carolina State and Purdue, they don't have an average over under yet. 11.5. UConn picked to beat Bama. Didn't I just say? I said what? 92 to 85.
82.
95 to 82. So that's how many points? 12. Golly, how did I do that? I swear to God, I didn't look at that.
Guys, I hate to say this, and I'm not knocking any other coach, but I think this guy up at Connecticut is very, very intelligent. This Danny Hurley, who is actually Bobby Hurley's brother.
Well, imagine that. You think he knows anything about basketball because his dad, where he coached?
His daddy only went like 1,236 in his career. That's 1,200 wins in 36.
Bobby knows high school. He won all those championships up there, and he played at Duke. I mean,
so I don't know.
The Great White Knight.
So if you can outbeat them athletic-wise, then you got to out-coach this joker. I don't know if it can be done.
Oates ain't ready for that yet. that what you're saying?
And that's
it's not a downgrade.
no. Yes, I think he's the best coach.
We're talking about a family of coaches.
I think he's the best coach in the country.
Yes, I agree.
And he's not getting that credit for some reason. He
say
said last year, he goes, nobody's better than us. Nobody's better than the Big East Conference. Ah, what a joke.
Well, they're still racking right along.
I just think he's got whatever it takes mentally.
I think Bama can get hot at a time and put some pressure on probably before the half. I say Uconn's up by 6 at the half. Bama comes back out and goes on like a 8-0 run. They get up and they get fired up, and then 7 minutes left in the game, they say, okay, that's enough of that. That's it. And they go on about a 12-0 run, and then the refs are going to make sure that UConn's going to get their fouls. And Bama loses by 10. And everybody celebrates, says, hey, what a great season. Coach Oates done a good job recruiting. I can go sit in your living room and say, hey, we went to the Final Four last year. Would you like to come play at Alabama and help us win a national championship in basketball, young man? That's how you recruit.
I think that Danny Hurley's the Nick Saban of college basketball. And what I mean by that, he's smarter than – and, guys, that's not a knock, and there's nothing you can do to cap him.
And how many?
I don't know why we insult people and say, well, Big Matt's a better coach than Todd. Okay, he's smarter than me about that. There's nothing nobody can do. Nate Oates cannot do anything if he's not as good a coach as Danny Hurley.
No.
That's not a knock against Nate Oates. I think Nate Oates is fantastic.
It is what it is. Yeah.
But I think this guy's special.
If we're coaching a basketball game tomorrow, me and you, I would hope you would beat me.
Yes.
You've been coaching basketball a long time. Now, I could probably go out there and throw something together and maybe play them good for a little while. But overall, the knowledge of how to set it up and how to run schemes and plays, you've been doing it a long time. I mean,
guys, this guy was drawing up plays when he was 4.
It's the family. It's like a legacy. The Hurley family. And not Raymond Hurley from Gillsville. We love Raymond. Hope you're doing okay.
We say that a lot, but sometimes it's not a knock. We say that so-and-so got out-coached. It's not a knock all the time.
No, it's not.
I think the old guy from Clemson's a good coach.
I think the guy from North Carolina is a good coach, and I think Oates out-coached him. I told you that when as soon as the game was fixed over, I said, I don't think old Buddy was ready. He thought they had this game won before.
I think he thought they probably had it won.
They showed up, and Oates just kind of coached a little above his head. It's always about that old saying, how Barry Bryant used to say, well, what if you give a little more extra at practice this week? Remember that chalkboard thing with Barry Bryant?
Yeah.
Now, you're an 88% guy, but you can give a little more this week, and it makes you a 90. Well, the other guy's a 90, but he didn't work as hard as you did or practice as much or stay after, and he bumped down to 88. Yeah. I think that's what happened in North Carolina game.
Well, I think that guy – I think where Davis messed up was the people he had in. I don't think he made it a bad play on the –
No, RJ didn't have a good game.
RJ didn't have a good game.
And he can't coach that. That's not a coach's fault because the player just had a bad night.
He did, 4 for 20. I mean, guys, if he can't help it when he goes – if you're going to give Davis credit for RJ shooting 4 for 20, you got to give him credit when he goes 12 for 20.
Yeah.
I hate it for Hubert Davis, but Alabama upset him. Alabama's upset potential team just because of the way they play.
Yeah. And good luck to Bama. We hope they win it. Well, I hope they win it all. I mean, that'd be fantastic.
But
realistically, I don't see them beating UConn. Okay.
I'm sorry. And last thing I'll say about Danny Hurley, I think he's a step ahead mentally.
Yeah, that too.
He's like Saban. He knows. He just sees it.
And I think the bench is better.
Yeah, the bench is better.
North Carolina State, Purdue, we'll go look at them and see what you think about them. How do they – I don't see it matching up well for NC State. Now we're going to see old big boys going to push on each other, but it's more than about one player.
Are they going to let them two? Okay, here's the question. Are they going to get one of them two? I won't say if they do it. They might not do it. Because this is what everybody's going to see is them two.
The refs are going to let them play.
Are they going to let them play or are they going to get them in foul trouble? If they get them in foul trouble, NC State may have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
But if Burns gets in foul trouble, they're done. And Edey don't.
Mm-hmm.
If they both get in foul trouble, I think NC State has a shot.
You think without them two, team-wise, that NC State may be a little better?
Yes.
You think Purdue's not as good team-wise?
No.
Okay. I think Purdue –
see, that North Carolina State's got that guard. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
They're both named DJ. I don't know his last name.
I like them. I think the opposite. I think Purdue is too good. I think their guard play is too good down the stretch for a game.
Well, the reason I said that is they were very off today.
Mm-hmm.
if it hadn't been for Edey, I don't even know if that would have. Of course, you can say, well, Tennessee's other players were off too. They were.
Well, here's the thing, and we're not going back to Alabama, Uconn, but this goes along with them, and then we'll get off here.
Hey, this is good. This is good talking. I mean, we got opinions. Who's that?
Another.
Oh, I thought that was a Kentucky guy. They usually know what they're talking about basketball wise.
And I'm just referring to this. As soon as I thought of this, what made me think, I was thinking about the Center Boys football, Coach Kelly, first year to go down, play Andalusia. And I remember the coaches saying, oh, man, gosh, we had to go there and media stuff, pictures here and there. This was after, like during the summer before they're getting ready to go to the next season, which they went back to play Catholic this year. Just hearing coaches talk and some of the players talk. And I'm just listening. And, God, you had to go over here. And I didn't even get to see the players for I had to go over here for 10 minutes to get, hey, coach, right here, picture. Oh, coach, we're going to need to talk to you right here. I need a 5-minute spot. Okay, now tell us about getting down here. Cherokee County hadn't been in a little while. Tell us about this team. Oh, yeah, we appreciate you having it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So they turn them lights on, the cameras are up there, and you're like, whew.
It's
now,
big time.
When you go back, they were much more prepared. Coaches, they didn't stay right there in town. They stayed a little ways out. They practiced at Hoover the day before they came.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is fans, please give these coaches some time. You don't just come in, throw together a team in 3 or 4 years and go win one. Well, if he's had 4 years, you got to go and do this. I mean, these coaches there's a lot of young coaches involved here that's never been on a big stage like that. We're talking about playing for a state championship or national championship. And Rocket, the guy that sits next to Charles on the halftime show, is that Clyde or?
Kenny Smith.
It's Kenny Smith. Sorry, I get
Jet.
I get him and Clyde mixed up.
Yeah.
And he said it perfect. And I was thinking about that, and I swear, 5 minutes later, he said, "You remember, Charles, when we went and played for the championship, NBA? Remember, he said there were 600 media people. He said there's usually 100 people in the room, maybe. And then we go play for a championship. There's 600 people flashing cameras and lights and people with stuff in your face and asking you questions." Uconn is just going to go, well, this is what we did. This is what we do. Let me button it up right here. You remember how to do this. Yeah, hello, everybody. Good to see you. Yes, we're back up here ready to get back after it, and we're just willing to do what it takes to keep grinding and working, and we're a self-proclaimed team, and we're going to go out here and work hard and be a team, and we're going to win it as a team. Now, Purdue, get no respect.
Yeah.
It's been 1980 since we've been over here. Nobody respects us. Now they're going to use that card.
North Carolina State's probably got the biggest.
They ain't been. When was the last time they been?
They have no pressure.
I don't know where they've been.
No, 83, I think.
Yeah, so both of this, North Carolina State and Purdue, neither one of these teams they ain't been in the lifetime of these kids. Their parents may not even have been born.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. In Alabama.
Yeah.
First time.
Coach Oates. Is it hot in here? It's just me. These lights get hot, man. Them lights get bright. And when the lights come on bright, who's going to shine? This Uconn team is ready. They are 5. Coach Benefield's been up there. He's done it. He's played at Alabama. He's won it at Auburn, won it at UAB. He's going to be back at UAB this year. If he makes it back down there again, hey, guys, we're ready to play. Same thing. Faceless opponents.
And they don't have a standout. They bring a guy off the bench yesterday, and he goes reverse and slams on somebody.
So to wrap this up, I'll go first then. We're saying I like Uconn to play Purdue. I don't think NC State's got the team-wise.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're ready for the team-wise. But like I just said, when them old lights turn on, that gym and them lights start coming on,
I think we're going to get a Uconn Purdue too. I think NC State, which is a great story. I think it's going to run out.
But you like them better as a team but it depends on how the refs call it.
But yeah, if Edey doesn't get in foul trouble, I like Purdue to win it, which I don't think. Do you think Edey will get in foul trouble?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Do you think, Jeff, what's up? Do you think, I'm second on the bracket right now in our bracket.
Mine's so bad. On one of them, I'm doing good on one.
I think I'm 600 on points, 600 out of 11. Which I don't have nobody
left.
Yeah,
You got UConn left. Huh?
Yeah, I picked them to win it.
Okay, here's a conundrum. You're an Alabama fan, but if the only way you win your bracket is if UConn wins, what do you do?
Well, you're wanting Alabama to win. Throw the bracket in the garbage. Not unless your bracket wins you $10,000.
$10,000. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
you're Nate Oates, and your bracket's going to.
Well, he makes more than that a month. So,
hey, he's done a good job no matter
Alabama,
what.
NC State had a good run. We look for them to fall by the side.
I look for them.
I'm looking for UConn and Purdue to play. Do you like NC State over Purdue? They have a chance?
I think they've got a better chance than Alabama does.
I agree with that. I can go on with that.
I think it's
60-40.
Yeah. I think it may be 60-40.
Oh, NC State, Caden 5 down there if he gets hot.
God, he's
that's
good.
Who he plays like that. I mean,
he's good, but he's going to have a 7-2 guy on him.
See, that's the
Or
difference.
7-4 is what it said in the thing. They said he was 7-2 today.
He can push people around on his other teams. He's not going to push around a guy that weighs 300 pounds.
See, and that's the big problem with Connecticut. They got that 7-footer in there, too.
That's that gang.
Klingon?
Yeah.
Klingon?
Yeah.
He's good.
Yes,
he was good last year.
Yeah. That's where Bama's road ends because that guy's going to block some shots. And here's
they said
when he gets around the ball and gets around the goal. See, Nelson had done good against the North Carolina game when their guys would try to get down in the paint. The one with the
bad cut
that missed the dunk there late. And somebody said that cost the game. I don't think it was that. I think the boy shooting the three and missed.
I think it helped.
It did.
It didn't help them, but I don't think that was the
They would have
reason,
a guy on him, and they played this 2-3 zone. Then he would roll out and go over the top and help. So when the guy's backing down, dribble, back, and when he would turn to the goal, Nelson would come off and turn and get the ball behind their head. He would smack it out. He'd done that a lot against North Carolina.
Yes.
And he tried to do it some with Clemson, but they played it different. They would work the ball in. It was it was top guy, and it was in the paint. It was not back down to the goal and it was just in the lane, catch somebody lane. It was either one dribble to a layup. It wasn't no waiting with the time. So Clemson fixed that, and that's what made the game better. So what I'm saying, I don't know that Nelson, he ain't going to be able to, what's he going to be able to do with this Klingon?
I don't think that today.
It's Klingon or something.
Klingon?
Yeah.
Klingon.
We'll call him Klingon. What is he going to do with him? Nelson's good, man, but he's not that guy.
No, he's not as good as
Don't
him.
expect unexpectable things out of people that they can do it. And he did show up against Carolina, won the game for him.
Yeah.
And Sears showed out, and Griffin had a good night shooting. But like I said, Sears needed him about 4 threes right there at the end, and he did.
Yes, big time. He's good. Played at Muscle Shoals High School.
All right, Lance. Bama versus Purdue. All right. If you pick that, you'll be 1 in a million person not pick that.
I was trying to see.
He's got Bama beating Purdue 101-80. Purdue reminds me of Jacksonville University in 72. They had 2 7-footers, P. Brook Boratz and Arts Gilmore. They lost to Bill Walden and UC. I know it's UCLA. He put Y, but I know what you mean, Jeff.
Jacksonville University.
Mm-hmm. UConn should repeat by them playing defense.
Oh, they're just good at it. They're good at everything.
Yeah.
And they never get any credit.
Well, Jeff said I'm going to give a tip to Jeff now.
Mm-hmm.
Comment section, we're hitting it up here. Make sure y'all share this on the page. Somebody hit the thumbs up button. It's just a thumbs up. Like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it to a friend. But Jeff called it when NC State beat. I think it's when they beat Marquette. He texted me and said, "There's your Cinderella.
Oh yeah,
get the shoes ready. They're in.
Heck, they may win it." I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think they will. I mean, I can't pick them, but I wouldn't be. I think they've got a better chance to beat Purdue than Alabama does.
UConn wins. UConn wins the chip.
I know they're just talking about UConn like they did last year, and they were right last year. They said nobody's going to touch this much, and they didn't.
No,
it wasn't even good. Didn't I leave?
UConn wins.
Come over here to watch it and laugh. I mean,
what close 72-50 or something.
San Diego State tried everything. I mean, they played hard.
Yeah,
they just couldn't.
It's 20-point gap, quick. That's what I don't think it matters. Whoever somebody just North Carolina State and Purdue. I think y'all are just playing to see who's going to get a butt whooping. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm afraid so. Alabama may be the best matchup for UConn. I don't know if Purdue or North Carolina State can do anything with UConn.
Yeah, that's a good thought. Let's think about that. Okay, UConn
That may be the
wins.
toughest team for them to play.
Who of the two, NC State or Purdue, has a better chance of beating the two big guys? Who do they have the better shot of beating down Klingon and their guards for
Probably
UConn?
Purdue's big guy.
But now guard play is important. That's what wins this bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, just want to be honest.
You like Purdue's guards.
Yes.
Horn is Purdue's NC State's guard. You got Horn and Burns, both DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they scored about 50 of their 75 today. NC State's on a roll. And they got something that I know Alabama's got confidence, and I know UConn and Duke. But North Carolina State's got a whole pile of it right now.
And UConn
They're on cloud 10.
Well, that's just what I just said. They're buttoned. They've sat at those tables. They've did this press conference with the lights on. Hey, good evening, guys. Talk to us about some questions. Yeah, thank y'all for having us up here. We're excited to be back. Alabama's gonna be like, what was the question? I can't hear.
It's almost a David versus Goliath.
Oh, what's the question in the back? That guy's he asked me a question.
Yeah.
Yes, here. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to try to play. They're going to be nervous.
Boxing one on whoever comes off the bench.
And that bench is another thing.
They're 9 deep. Which Alabama? They need this boy back.
UConn don't.
They need this right.
He'll play. Okay. UConn, but he's cold. He ain't played basketball. You don't just show up on the court and go up there and hit 7 threes. I don't think.
Who knows with Alabama? Stevenson, where'd he come from last night?
Sheesh.
I mean, he let them. He's Sears had his game, but that Stevenson's probably the reason they won, because I don't think they were worried about him. No. He shot 2 air balls.
I was mad. Remember, I set him down.
Come back and just started ripping them.
Yeah, Griffin had some points.
Griffin's tough now. He's tough.
Pringle, he didn't yab as much last night.
He just played ball.
He'll get to yabbing with the refs, and it just gets him out of the game. Man, focus on the game. Stop. You can't. You're not going to run to ref and make him change his mind. Just stop doing that.
He ain't yapped the last 2.
Caitlin Clark, all those people, stop it. Reese and them, stop jabbing with the refs. They're not going to go, you're right.
No, I thought Pringle was
not a tech. We're taking it back. Inbound ball. Would you like the ball, LSU?
Now, Pringle argues with his teammates, too. I've noticed that. Have you noticed that?
Nah.
And Sears just pretty much like, man, go on.
Yeah, we're not doing that here.
But he's been good. I like Pringle.
Now, Bama next year,
I guess we'll have a whole new bunch. Well, no, we just got to hope that Griffin and Stevenson stay, because they can.
And the portal will be alive.
Yeah, they'll get some good ones.
Transferring out.
Maybe that guy that transferred, one of their top players says, I'm done. I'm not staying here around this crap. He's gone. Maybe he'll come to Bama, and he can play. His last name's Thiero. Yeah, keep your eyes on the portal for Alabama basketball. And he actually didn't play in that game. Kentucky got upset. I'm not making excuses for Kentucky getting upset by Oakland.
No, they shouldn't.
They did, but he did not play.
You can't lose Oakland.
Not a minute.
Like Auburn. Yale.
Yeah, I know.
Yale. You're just totally unfocused and not aware of the surroundings that you even have. What's even going on? Yale.
I talked to an Auburn fan today that said he said they got serious during the game, but it was just too late.
Way overlooked.
Yeah, they overlooked them early.
We're going to play Yale like Scott Hall used to do. Take his toothpick,
Didn't take the first half serious. Took the second half serious. Game's too close.
That's on the coach. Stop taking out for Pearl. That's on the coach.
Yeah.
Lack of focus. The focus comes from the coach has got to get them ready.
Yeah, that's true.
Stop making excuses.
And we've all failed in that respect.
All right, guys, let's get out of here. Y'all have a great week. It's going to be nice this week. May have some rain.
Spring break in Georgia. We'll have a lot of Georgia people down here this week, I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably. Well, it's going to supposed to rain Tuesday. Got some more baseball, local stuff, softball kicking off. Center girls didn't make the top 10 in the AHSA.
But you got teams probably got teams losing records in there, don't you?
I don't.
Priceville 6-9, number 9.
Yeah, they're like 14 and they're like 16-4 or something. And they got a great. I don't know what's. I don't. And I'm being a homer, but you can just look at the record now. They're going to go and see who all they're going to. the way they're going to defend that is, well, how many ranked teams have they? And I don't know. Maybe Center has beat more ranked teams than, but a lot in the South floods a lot of that top 10 scale.
Yes,
especially 4A.
Yeah,
4A South has always been legit for football and softball and baseball. Private schools, I'll eat it up too. Lance says Bruce sucks.
Huh?
Yeah, Pearl. That's some possible tornadoes.
They're not going to run Pearl off. They'll get better next year.
Yeah, Center girls are 17-2. I don't. How do you not get in the top 10?
17-2. That's disheartening.
And the 2 losses are big school teams. I know one of them is. I don't know about the other one.
Somebody upset them.
I don't remember.
That hurt them. Was it
Lance? Who was it? Tell me. I don't.
Somebody upset them, and it really.
Something that affects them. Not. I mean, they've lost 2 games. They can't even get in the top 10.
I'm wanting to think somebody upset them, but I cannot remember who it was.
Well, I don't know who makes the top 10.
Was it Glencoe?
I won't know.
It might have been.
I know I know they lost a game to a big school. I'm thinking it was both the losses were to two big schools. Like some teams around Birmingham when they go off and play big tournaments or something.
Yeah. I know they got a good team.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them play more. They're on a special run. So there'll be some more baseball and softball, and they'll be kind of this week, next week will kind of be finishing. Then you'll get into some playoffs for some of the teams that's going to make it. And good luck to everybody.
He just answered you on there.
They kicked the dome ass out of the big schools, and yeah, they did. They won I reported that last week. They beat that Hickson. That's a big play. I know where that's. You know where Hickson is?
Yes.
I know where it
Close
is.
Chattanooga metro area.
Yeah.
I think, isn't it?
Yeah, Papa's one of his buddies he fished with. We went over there to Hickson one time to take him to visit. This has been 20 years ago.
North, I think you go west.
Yes. He lived over there. He fished over there at Tennessee River with him. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with that, and I had this feel like I should say something. Jesus Christ, come on, AHSA, which they can't get everything right. I know. And the South does clog up a lot because they're going to get nods. When that comes by the page, it's just like Alabama. When you see Alabama come by on the page, click, they're going to get the little O. Mm-hmm. It's Alabama. Football, just wait till football comes this fall.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Listen, Jackson's going to be favored to win it again. And I know Booker T put them out last year.
Mm-hmm.
And Madison Academy is going to be a dogfight for 4A North for football, we think, this year. So, see, there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I didn't hear a lot about Montgomery Catholic till it got deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, they give up 78 points all year.
Yeah, 5 a game.
Now they're 5A.
And 5 of those games were state playoffs.
And now it's going to get tough because listen, the jump from 4A to 5 is bigger to me than the jump from 3 to 4. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's true? Maybe.
Yes, definitely.
It is. It's not just something crazy.
The jump from 4 to 5A is big. Yes,
no,
that's
than
not
the jump
crazy.
from 3 to 4.
Yes,
it is in the North, from what we know. Now there could be some South.
It's not unbelievably bigger, but it is bigger.
It seems different. The amount of talent, like 5A. God dang, man, they got some freaking dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, they got some sure enough dogs.
You better play in some 5A. You better play in 4A, but you better really play in 5A.
5A, 6A, man. Southside's up for 6A now. Good luck with that. That's going to be tough. They're going to have Gadsden City in their region.
I know.
I can't wait to talk about football. Are you?
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
I'm ready. I'm ready for basketball. We love it. And UConn's going to win it. Hoop parade. Maybe Alabama wins it.
Maybe.
Great. But I'm ready to do football because we got all kind of classification changes and we got schedule changes. Cedar Bluff's 2A, battling with area Sandrock again.
I'm glad we wasn't 2A when I was in school.
No, that would have been fun.
Not even back then. And there's more parity then.
Yeah.
Don't you? I think there was. I think there were more even teams across because kids.
Well, Cortland should have made them play 4 or 5A.
After they won it in 89, 90, they should have bumped them up. You're going to play 2A. We're sorry.
They would have won it too.
They might have won it, but I wouldn't.
I mean, they was beating Center and Oxford.
Okay, I'll go on record here. You win 3 straight. 3 straight. You got to move up.
I'm going to say 2 straight. You went back to back. You need a bump. 2 back to back.
3 straight, though. You're doing that with different players more than likely.
That's something. And then that's why they investigate and they go, oh, they're playing 21, 23-year-old men.
You went 3 straight.
Getting our freaking butts whooped.
3 straight automatic investigation.
Cedar Bluff.
Or counter players by Okay.
55-0.
Well, how many football players you
You tell
got?
me they couldn't score on them? We couldn't even score. Colton, we couldn't
Well, God, no.
Devlin and them played them good. And that team, they lost to them by like 2
They
touchdowns.
played them good, but
I still couldn't beat them.
nah.
All right, let's get off here. All right, we're going to be start doing football pretty soon, so y'all come back. Don't forget, we'll have some news to the week, and keep on the page. There's always a lot of news on there. All kind of stuff going on. Portal won't open until, what I say, the 16th. So we got 2 more weeks to that. Now, WrestleMania is next Saturday and Sunday night.
Yeah.
It'll be on at 7.
You looking forward to that?
I am looking to see if Cody can finish the story and beat old crybaby wannabe nobody Roman Reigns, and Rock and Roman tag up against Seth and Cody. The Rock, the people's champ. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be on at 7, so we may come on at 5 next week, so we can just do an hour and a half, get off. Because next week, what are we going to have?
No, well, just
the championship basketball.
Championship game, that's it.
And UFL,
yeah,
have a few of those game scores.
I don't even think spring football starts till May.
Bo Scarborough did retire. No, they'll start this week, football.
Some of the high schools are. Okay.
And Bo Scarborough did retire. I'm sure. I looked that up again. Back-to-back champs at Stallions, and he said, I think I'm done with football.
That's good. That's smart.
Yeah. Got his health. He's got money. They paid him good.
Good career.
I mean, he played it. He was at Detroit for a while. That's Jaguars. So he's got some money.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got plenty if he played there.
Tough-looking guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is.
Sheesh. What's Jeff?
If you ever want to start a criminal organization, hire Bo Scarborough just for the look.
Oh, my God. And by the looks, too, like Harrison at Phoenix, at Chicago down there, played 5.
Oh, yes, Jacory or Kamari.
Wow.
Yeah.
And here's another one. Henderson at Elba.
Looks good.
Man. Dude, that's the kid you ask if he needs lunch money. I'm serious. Look up Alvin Henderson. 1A. Kellen DeBoer's already visited him.
Yeah.
1A school in Alabama.
And we're not making indictments about these guys.
Not at all.
They just look tough.
I don't want to get beat up by
They
him.
just look mean.
He's probably 17, 18. He would roll me up and bounce me like a big old fat ball.
They're not kids that a coach is going to
He
get in their
is
face
a he's a good looking young man. These boys got neck, shoulders, and chest. They play football. Look him up, Elba. Alvin Henderson. DeBoer's done been there and visited him.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's not a kid. He was 12. He was taking high school kids' lunch money. I'm serious. This kid, he's a running back. I can't wait to see him play this year.
Yeah. Well, the reason I told that is I watch a lot of criminal stuff, and a lot of those criminal organizations that'll be their guys that do their beating up.
He's already got
people don't even want to see them coming.
He's already got NIL, Jeff. But thank you for the news, though. Yeah. Said he lost his black stripe, so he's on with the Buckeyes. Downs. Which way? I mean, he's been there. But any smoke going on about him leaving, that's not true. He's already got because they already paid him $1.5 million. That's what he wanted at Georgia, and Kirby told him kick rocks.
Yeah.
Being a first-round draft pick's worth some of that.
Right.
And Georgia's got some problems. Tailback went over there, ATM. They got a lot of trouble at Georgia, man. These kids drinking and partying. They're doing the stupid stuff I did when I was that age. Don't be like me, kids. Don't be dumb. Don't do drugs. But I learned it from you, Dad. You remember that commercial?
Oh, yeah.
But I learned it from you, Dad. Where'd you learn to do this?
Well, I've quit.
I ain't doing it anymore. Why are you doing it? Well, you did it.
Now they could do one where the dad said, I quit 6 years ago. Don't even try that crap on me.
All right. Thank y'all for coming by and hanging out with us.
I know what you're talking about.
That old commercial?
Yes, that was.
He's sitting on his bed with headphones on and like cassette player, listening to like Iggy Pop or somebody or Motley Crue. Shout out the devil.
Yeah.
Stead comes in and says, where'd you learn to do this stuff?
Learned it from you. Yeah.
Smoking pot, man. It's the devil's weed, man. Don't do drugs, kids. It's just a waste of money. Take it from me. It's just a waste of money. Where are you trying to go in life? That's not gonna. It's just not.
Oh yeah,
it's just a waste of money. You drink all that beer. You're just gonna pee it out anyway. What's the point? Just drink water for free. Save you money.
Yeah.
Save your money. Go to a trip to Bahamas with that money, them drug money.
But you got glaucoma now. It's different.
Well, yeah, maybe get a degree or something in that. Y'all come back next week. We may come on early. They come on at 5, get in, get out of here. We don't have a whole lot to talk about. Just news like we had today. Still, man, only 1,000 people, 1 in 1,000 can do 225. Think about that tonight. Jeff Anderson, we're going to see if you can get 225. We want you to make a video of it. All right, y'all have a good week. Keep your heads clear and your heart full of God as always.
Yes, have a good week, everyone. Enjoy your spring break.